Hello, everybody. How are you? Good evening to you. So, I just posted a tarot react to Sunburst Tarot, and now it's on to Peek to the Blinds, Melissa Gold Tarot, because she posted a tarot reading called How Does Foodie Beauty Feel About Her Ex and Dee Dee Breaking Up? Why was Salah laughing maniacally about 11 hours ago? And I wanted to sit down and do a react to it. And for those of you that have never heard of Peek Through the Blinds, I encourage you to look down below in the description for the original video link, and that can lead you back to Peek to the Blinds channel and all of her wonderful content. And you can check her out, sub up to her, leave a comment, give her a like, and enjoy all the stuff that she does there. So, in the meantime, I'm reacting to this tarot reading, and I was wondering myself, how does Foodie feel about Dee Dee and Natter breaking up? Well, on top of that, now I'm also wondering, how does Foodie feel about Natter going to jail? Because that is the new thing tonight. I was just on Twitter and there's all kinds of tweets. Twitter is practically on fire with tweets everywhere about how Natter has gone to jail. Wondering how Foodie feels about that. But in the meantime, how does she feel about Dee Dee and Natter breaking up? We're going about to find out. So let me just go ahead and share the screen a little bit so you guys can see. Let me just make sure that I am where I need to be before I didn't share the screen. I'm so glad that I checked. That would have been bad if I did this whole reacting and found out that I didn't share the screen properly. Perfect. You just blow this up, and I hope you guys enjoy this tarot react. So take it away, Peek to the Blinds.
Guys, welcome to the channel. Let's peek in on Chantal. Let's check out the current energy, what's representing her. I kind of want to ask about Salah because, like, I'm used to, Salah and that goofy, like, that's right, I'm Salah. Uh, if you didn't catch that impersonation there, I was kind of doing Salah as Goofy, the cartoon character, because I realized, like, a week or so ago, that's why that laugh is so familiar to me. It's literally, it's Goofy, the cartoon character. Am I nuts? But in that one live, Chantal's like, Sly, I want to get off the live. No. Sly, I'm really tired. I want to sleep. No. You'll never sleep again. Sly, I need my CPAP. No. It was creepy. It was kind of creepy. Creeped me out, and it takes a lot to creep me out. And I think I want to ask how Chantal's feeling about her ex, the one whose name shall not be spoken, and Dee Dee breaking up. So, if there's things I don't ask that you want me to, leave in the comments and let me know. Again, everything I'm saying here is allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only. But I want to peek through the blinds of Chantal's energy. Show me what's going on, current energy with Chantal.
I've got questions about this breakup. So Dee Dee made a post saying that they broke up. And then today, all the stuff on Twitter about Natter going to jail. So maybe two things could be true at once. Maybe they did break up because he is going to jail. And if his charges were not serious, if it were just a case of him going to jail for the short term, there'd be no need for a breakup, correct? So why did Dee Dee make that post saying that they broke up? Did they break up? Or is it just a case of she's not going to be with him anymore because he's going to jail for a very long time? I got questions.
Current energy. Show me what we need to see about Chantal's current energy. What's going on? That's way too much. Oh my god. She's feeling too much. All right, the Three of Sword, Knight of Pentacle, Page of Sword. All right, well, overall, whenever I get this Three of Sword for her, I kind of connect it to her literal heart.
Mhm.
I don't know if she's going to say something during a live about this, or if this is representing overall emotional pain. Um, this Knight of Pentacle, for me, like all the knights are moving, they're taking action, except this Knight of Pentacle. They're like waiting. All right, they're stuck. Their horse is not moving. Again, I felt this in the other readings. Issues with her getting her actual money in her hand. Okay, feeling stuck, feeling like she can't go anywhere. Like she's waiting on something, information of some kind. All right, either about her coin,
Waiting for her YouTube paycheck.
or she's going to be getting some information about her coin that's going to cause uh, issues for her, where it affects her emotionally. This Page of Sword, pages can represent literal messages. Swords have to do with information. Sometimes this Page of Sword, I describe them as someone that instead of talking, they're stalking. All right, let me see what else is here because a lot came out. The Queen of Pentacle, the Magician, and we have this Queen of Sword. So again, the Queen of Pentacle, she's sitting there holding her coin, trying to be mature about a situation, trying to be smart with her coin. If she brought a certain amount of coin with her, this could be saying to me that like whatever she thought was coming, it, it's like sitting somewhere, or she's having difficulty getting it in her hand. So like whatever she actually does have left, I feel like with this Magician here, she's trying to either stretch it out, or she's legit missing money with this Magician being here. Or there's someone that she's like giving coin to. That's not Salah with this Queen of Sword here. This could be someone that is related to Salah, that's in like the family home. Um, this could be her feeling like she's being taken advantage of if she's paying for certain things. Now, I know I haven't been keeping up with the lives, but I see the reaction channels showing the highlights and stuff. That's how I saw the Salah acting kind of bananas with that maniacal laughing and such. Now, I know that they supposedly moved to a different place, right? Like to the family home. In my gut and from the readings I did before, I actually think whatever apartment we first saw them in is an apartment that's attached to the family home. I don't think they actually went anywhere. I think they're still in the same, allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only. All right. Um, she could be feeling like a coldness from whoever this Queen of Swords is, which
And I actually agree with you, Melissa. I think there are other people in the home. I don't think they're happy about Foodie being there. They're happy about the money, but they're not happy about her being there. Chantal's presence in the home, it's not good. It's caused a tense atmosphere. It's changed the energy in the house. And the energy I keep picking up is that they're barely tolerating her. Like Shala is the go between Foodie and whoever else might be in the house. And the only way that he's able to keep things somewhat calm is by Chantal producing a lot of money and spending a lot of money. But her YouTube paycheck coming in is not going to be that big. So I don't know what that's going to lead to, but I keep feeling there's going to be a great big fight over finances. But whoever is in charge of the house, not happy with her, not happy with her being there. And if Chantal does not pay for certain things at certain times, it might lead to her being kicked out of the house, either by those who own the house or perhaps even Salah.
I think is a feminine family member that is in the living space, like in the house. Chantal could be feeling like this person is kind of cold to them with this Queen of Swords, or doesn't really want them there, or is taking advantage of Chantal, all right? Having Chantal pay for things in general.
Also, Melissa, when another reading that I did, the reading that I did on Foodie, I also kept feeling the energy that Chantal, she's doing what she normally does. She's isolating herself away from the family. Like she is not there trying to help with anything. There's a sense of entitlement of I'm paying for this and I'm paying for that. Therefore, I shouldn't have to lift a finger. She's not doing wife things where let me help with the dishes, let me help with the cleaning at the house, let me help with this or that. Chantal feels, oh, since I'm paying for this and that, I don't have to lift a finger. And that's causing a lot of resentment in the house as well. The lack of participation. Like I feel the energy in the house before Chantal was very social, very communal, people coming over. Uh, it was a more relaxed atmosphere. In the moment that Chantal entered, everything just changed. Everything switched around. And nobody is comfortable. Chantal's not comfortable. The family isn't comfortable. And the tension is just rising. It's absolutely rising.
Ten of Wands, Eight of Cup, Nine of Wands. So this makes me feel like whenever I see this Ten of Wands for Chantal, I sometimes connect it to her having trouble and issues with her walking, her foot, her feet falling. Um, Overall, this Ten of Wands represents an energy that is feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so this is the card of the energy that feels like they're carrying a load that is too heavy for them. Chantal could feel like she's carrying responsibilities in this house that she wasn't expecting or prepared to be dealing with. Um, she could be feeling overwhelmed in general. Okay, like it's starting to get to her being here. Okay, she wants to leave. I feel like I saw this Eight of Cup in the last reading for her energy, having to do with like feeling stuck now in this space, wanting to physically leave and not being able to. Okay, I don't know if this could have to do with just like the things going on there politically, that the borders, like are closed. I feel like she has actually looked into or tried to leave and was stopped or unable to. Because this Eight of Cups is about walking away, But this is the energy that feels like they don't want to go through what they went through before, but uh, in good energy, all right. The Nine of Wands is the person that they've been there, done that. They've 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 learned to a certain degree from what they went through in the past that they're not going to repeat what they've been through again. All right, but just like knowing Chantal, all right, like sometimes too, I associate this energy. She could be having issues with her head, headaches, feeling dizzy. I don't know. When I see the not often, but sometimes the bandage on this energy's head really stands out to me, and I've seen this. I feel like in the last few readings for her, and I don't know, that bandage on the head is really standing out to me. I don't know if it has to do with her brain pills or something. All right. And sometimes I associate this energy with someone who's like almost like has PTSD. Like,
Okay, as far as if Chantal's having headaches, that could be from heat. Like if you get overly hot, of course, that's going to give you a headache. But something else that should be considered, Chantal, she wears the abaya, she wears the hijab. She also wears the headpiece under the hijab. Uh, those of you that have been part of my channel for a long time, you know that I used to wear wigs on camera. Like I had this long wig that I used to wear because I liked the way it looked. One thing I know about wearing wigs is that if you wear a wig too tight on your head, that can cause a headache because the band of the wig presses all the way around across your temples and all of that. Like even if it's a little bit just too tight, it can cause a massive headache. And how that relates to Chantal is she's wearing the like the headband stuff underneath the abaya, and I imagine hers is too small and it's too tight. So if a wig, you put on a wig and it can put pressure on your head and cause a headache, I would imagine that the head Spanx could do pretty much the same thing. So if her head Spanx is too small and it's pressing all across her forehead, across her temples, down and around, that's going to cause a lot of pain as well if she's wearing it too much. So, pain because the head Spanx is too tight, plus, you got to stop and think that something like that is holding in heat to your head. Your head and your feet are where you either gain heat or lose a lot of heat. That might contribute to headaches as well.
like they're just kind of waiting for the worst to happen because they feel like they've already been through it and they don't want to go through it again, but it's like they're waiting for to get hit again, all right, with some traumatic event or something. All right, then we're seeing here it's ending with the Seven of Sword, the Two of Pentacle to my High Priestess. So the Seven of Swords, if you're not new here, you guys know I feel kind of strongly about the Seven of Swords in general. It can represent a liar, a sneak, sometimes a thief, someone that can be lying to their own self, right? Um, Not being honest with us. This Two of Pentacle. This is the energy I usually say is juggling, trying to get their footing, trying or desiring to balance things out. Um, like if you look behind them, the waters behind them are like rocky as all fudgesicles there. I feel like she's trying to make plans to get away, okay? And I don't think that she's going to be able to get out of there.
I'm kind of taking the Two of Pentacles slightly differently. Peek the blinds, Melissa. I keep picking up the energy off the Two of Pentacles that she's over in Syria and she's trying to make money. Just, but she's got to be very careful about what she says or what she does in Syria. Like the picture on the Two of Pentacles is the guy who's juggling one pentacle in one hand, one pentacle in another hand, just trying to juggle around making money. Like she's had to really shift things around. She can't stream whenever she wants to. She's got to work around when the electricity is there versus when it's not there versus when the panels are all charged up. Trying to work around when the power goes out. Meanwhile, the waters, the emotional waters, maybe the social waters are churning behind her, meaning what's going on in Syria. So she's in an environment where it's not so easy to make money. She's doing it in a very uneasy, shaky environment that's not entirely stable. Therefore, her money is not going to be entirely stable.
Um, and I feel like some of it might have to do with coin. A lot of it might have to do with coin. Again, seeing this energy of like trying to get my money in my hand, it's almost like whatever coin she does get, before it's even in her hand, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And this high priestess, this is the energy that knows things and they're not sharing it with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I feel like I felt this in the past readings about someone like kind of watching what she's doing. Someone like, I don't know if this, whoever this feminine energy might be, is connected to this in some way. I just felt that, so I said it. Feeling like she's not going to not only that she's not going to be like transparent with her audience, but that it's a lot of it is going to be that she doesn't feel she can tell us certain things. Okay, when I see this, and I feel like this is current energy. All right, that's what I'm seeing though. Now I want to ask about how is Chantal feeling about that whole breakup with her ex and Didi. How did she feel when she heard about that? Show me what I need to see when it comes to Chantal's feelings about her ex and Didi calling it quits. Show us what we need to see about Chantal's feelings connected to when she found out or heard about this breakup. What is Chantal feeling about the breakup? Okay, King of Pentacles and the Tower. I want to clarify this King of Pentacles. Because when I see this, I just feel like she feels like the one whose name shall not be spoken. Any stability that they had in their life, or any coin that they make, and I'm connecting it, I guess, to like their content. She feels, this person would have nothing if it wasn't for her.
Well, she's not wrong. As far as YouTube, she's not wrong in thinking that. I don't know about his life before YouTube, but any success that he had on YouTube, honestly, was because of Chantal. If Natter had just been anybody getting on YouTube, making a channel, uh, he would have had to go through the same struggles that a lot of YouTubers do. You make a channel and you have to decide on what content you're going to do. And then you're going to have to take time to promote yourself and hope that you get subscribers and that people really get into your content. However, Natter had a kind of a boost in Chantal because she had a channel and she was promoting Natter and encouraging people to subscribe to him. So his channel grew really quickly because of her. And he made a lot of money because of her. Had she not been there, it would have been a different case. So she's not wrong in saying that the success that he had on YouTube was because of her. Because after she walked out of the room, it was a whole different story, wasn't it?
And as I'm about to shuffle again, I see the 6 of Pentacles, this 9 of Pentacles, lots of Pentacle energy. Like, I mean, this Tower, this is making me feel like she always felt or was just waiting for this, to fall apart, this relationship. When I see this King of Pentacles next to the Tower, it's like her feeling like he's not a stable energy, or that he took her money, her stability. He's the reason for her falling apart. She could even be blaming him for like the situation that she's in now, the chaotic, situation that she's in.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that she's pointing a finger over in Natter's direction and having the point of view of, it's your fault. If you had just accepted me, if you had just claimed me, I would not be with Salah. I would have not have gone to Salah. I would have been with you. I would never have gone to Kuwait and spent time with Salah and gotten in trouble over in Kuwait, nor would I have gone to Syria if you had just claimed me. However, Chantal, you got to put the mirror back on yourself because the blame isn't with Natter. I don't like Natter, but fair is fair. You got to put the mirror back on yourself. If you had not been obsessed with Natter, if you had not been upset with him because he rejected you, if you had absorbed the lesson that Natter was, because some people in life, they are not relationships for you, they are life lessons. Natter was a life lesson on why it's foolish to chase and love men that don't love you back. You didn't learn the lesson, so you had to go to summer school with Salah, although I don't think you learned the lesson there either. But if you had just stopped after Natter, learned the lesson, then all the stuff that's happened would not have happened. So the responsibility is yours, ma'am.
Yeah, as I'm about to shuffle, I'm seeing the World and this 2 of Cups. Like, she might feel like if it wasn't for the Tower moments that led to their falling apart, like, she wouldn't be with Salah to begin with. That's just what's making me feel. Show me why this King of Pentacles is here.
Yeah, I have said several times on my channel that Salah, that was perhaps twofold. The purpose of being with Salah was twofold. That was to get back at Natter for rejecting her, and maybe even telling her, Chantal, you would never make a traditional wife. Like, that really stung her when Natter told her that. Like, no man will ever marry you, and you would never make a traditional wife. So Salah, I feel, was a get back at Natter. I'm going to get back at you. but also maybe in a weird way trying to get him back, thinking that if she chose Salah, that if she pursued Salah, maybe she was hoping that Nader would feel a sense of urgency to run after her, to stop her from going to Kuwait, and that never happened. But because she did all of this on the world stage in front of all of us, she did not get what she wanted. Nader never ran after her, never stopped her from going to Kuwait. So she just followed through with Salah. She settled for Salah because she couldn't get who she really wanted, and that was Nader. Salah was always the rebound, was always the stand-in for Nader. Nader was the one she always truly wanted to be with. And she never stopped obsessing over him. It's been 3 years. She still hasn't stopped talking about him, even though she could. Like Nader has always been on her mind. And in her heart, she's always been waiting for him, waiting for that opportunity when Dee and Nader would break up. Well, it looks like they have broken up, but unfortunately, now he's in jail. And she's in Syria, and she can't just fly home to be close to Nader.
All right, I see the sun on the bottom. The sun on the bottom, the ace of cup, and the six of coin. So like she's happy about this. All right, that's what makes me feel. The sun is sometimes
And I would like to point something out that Chantal said long ago, and I always thought it was twisted, but it kind of matters right now. So when Chantal was in Cuba, for those of you that are around for the infamous Cuba Rage, and she did more than one while she was in Cuba, she said a couple of weird things. Before Cuba, when she did live streams back at the Canadian Villa, she revealed that she thought it would be hot to get with a man who was just out of jail because that man had not been with a woman in quite a while. She thought that getting with a guy who just gotten out of jail would be really exciting because that guy would be horned up and essentially wanting to screw anything. So the idea of getting with a guy fresh out of jail just really turned her on. Following that, when she was in Cuba, she made a really weird comment about Nader. She said it was her fantasy for Nader to go to jail and be there for him when he got out. Take from that what you will. That was actually a fantasy of hers for him to go to jail and be there for him when he got out. Chantal, I guess her way of thinking is if he's in jail, that means he's not going to be with any other women. And it would make her happy to know that he couldn't be with other women. And in essence, she'd be able to control him. He would have to maybe rely on her for commissary. I don't know. But that's just a weird comment that she made. That it was her fantasy for Nader to go to jail and be there for him when he got out. Well, now he might be going to jail for real. So I wonder if that's still her fantasy.
represents like the ultimate happiness. Okay, it can also have to do with like the truth coming out. All right, so like this ace of cups, um this is all about like the love, the overflowing feelings and emotions, the new beginning connected to sometimes the energies, like her feeling like, all right, when I see the six here, this can sometimes in a relationship reading have to do with someone giving more than the other person, or us not getting what we put into the connection. All right, feeling like like Chantal, was happy when she heard about this. Um, may have actually brought her uh, a lot of joy, put butterflies in her belly kind of energy with this, and her feeling like, oh, he took probably everything from Dee Dee, like he did to me. All right, all right. So clarifying my King of Pentacle, and I don't know what his sign is. He might be an Earth sign. All right, but whatever. I said what I said there. So, um, the Six of Wands. When I see the Six of Wands, the Seven of Sword, and this Page of Sword, I don't know if he messaged Chantal with this Page of Sword, or this is Chantal's energy kind of lurking, um, or expecting a message from this person. I actually feel like she would like to talk to him or message him, but I don't feel like she can because Salah is always around. All right, that's what it makes me feel. Like she might have communicated with him before she came to Syria. Um, hmm.
I think while she was in Canada before she left, that they definitely talked. I don't know if she was able to personally visit him. Maybe not because she didn't have a car. So maybe there was some frustration over not being able to physically see him. But if she's in Syria, like that ship has sailed. Any kind of personal visit with Natter, that ship has sailed. It's gone now.
All right, let me just clarify this tower, which I feel overall is representing Chantal's feelings, like I said before, waiting for this to fall apart, expecting it to. She may even, I just heard, like, I can't believe it took this long, all right, for this to happen. Um, yeah, and like, hold it, like, I really feel like she kind of blames this person for the situation she's in now. Like, she wouldn't be where she's at now if it wasn't for what happened with him. Show me why this tower's here.
Of course, she blame it on Natter. You rejected me. You didn't give me what I wanted despite all the money that I gave you. So therefore, it's your fault. Versus, it's my fault for being stupid and paying for fake love. There's no accountability. I pursued a man that obviously was not really attracted to me or wanted to be with me. I tried everything in the world to get him to be with me, and he still wasn't. He even went so far as to be with another woman, and I still didn't let go. And I was trying to be petty and shady by bringing another man into it, thinking that the second man is going to make the first man jealous, and that didn't work. So she's still pointing a finger at Natter, saying, it's your fault. It's your fault for me being with Salah. It's your fault for this stuff in Kuwait. It's your fault that I'm here in Syria. No, Chantal, it's your fault. You were at the nucleus of your life and all the decisions and choices of your life. You could choose to do something or not do something. You chose to do many things that you shouldn't. You can't put stuff on Natter, no matter how much you try.
All right, we have Justice, Four of Pentacle, and the Sun. So, she feels like justice has been served. All right, it's pretty self-explanatory. Um, like she's been waiting for this. She feels justified. Like she knew this wouldn't last. Four of Pentacle holding back what she really feels. Okay. So if she addressed it, like if people asked in the chat, like she was holding back. The sun again. Super happy about this. She's happy about it. She thinks it's great. Okay. That's what I'm seeing now. So
I think tomorrow there's going to be a lot of people remarking on the stuff on Twitter, bringing it up. And I think Chantal she's going to be a person of two faces. When she gets on live streams, she's going to play it off as she does. But when the camera's turned off, she's going to be crying her eyes out because it it's ironic, really, if you think about it. Pete has always had a flame in his heart for Chantal. Pete cares about Chantal, and Pete has always held on to this hope that one day Chantal would come back to Canada and live with him again. Like, he's got undying loyalty for her, God knows why. Despite the fact that she cheated on him and she left him in debt, he's been holding on to that candle flame in his heart for her. Maybe taking the stance of, she's like a teenager running around chasing after men. And when she's done chasing after all these other men, at the end, when there's nobody left, I can be with her. She'll come back to me. This cheating, lying piece of crap, holding on to the hope of being with her. But isn't it ironic that Pete is doing that? But at the same time, Chantal's also doing that. That she's been waiting and waiting and waiting for Nader to be single again, just keeping that flame in her heart alive for him. And the moment he's away from Dee Dee, she can't capitalize on it. And now he's in jail. Well, you can't always get what you want, but if you try real hard, you get what you need.
all right, let me see what's going on with Salah's energy. And as I'm about to cut, I see the Hangman and the Three of Sword. We'll see if it comes back out. But this is an energy that feels stuck. Sometimes I describe them as being mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually stuck. Okay, needing to see. They need to have a different perspective. Heartbroken, or I just felt this because I was thinking of that maniacal laugh of his. That could be him kind of desiring to put Chantal, or happy that now Chantal is in a position where she is stuck, where she can't really sleep. The Nine of Swords, this is a card of anxiety. Like when we're overwhelmed by negative thoughts, keeping us up at night, trouble sleeping. Sometimes I attach this to sleep apnea specifically. All right, so she could be having issues with that, or Salah is doing things, he's not. All right, let me see what come out. Show me Salah's energy. Show me what the heck was going on when he was laughing all maniacally. Like, what the heck was that about? What was going on? Fighting, arguing, or
I think Chantal is getting much more on his nerves. But Salah's been feeling himself. And this was something that I've seen many times before. Even before Chantal went to Syria, I myself and other people warned her that if she went to Salah, that he would be coming into power, if you will, and using his power. That she would not be in a position of power anymore like she's used to being. In essence, he'd be like, yeah, I'm in control. What are you going to do about it? You're going to threaten me? You're going to go home? What are you going to do? Like he's been a lot sassier on camera with her because he just doesn't care. He knows that she's stuck. Like, is she going to go home? She was just home and she left her home to come to Syria out of desperation. And now she can't go back. And he knows it. And he's taken full advantage of his position of power.
Sometimes that Five of Sword is like a legit fight. Sometimes I see it like a person is needing to needing to stand up for themselves or learn what is worth fighting for. All right. Now I won't say nothing about that death card because, like, all right, show me what I need to see about Salah's energy connected to like that moment. What was with the energy going on when he was laughing all weird and what the heck was that about? All right, Ten of Sword on the bottom. The energy that feels like they've been betrayed. Sometimes we describe it as, or I'll say like, when you feel like you already got the knife in your back, and then your friend comes along, and instead of pulling that knife out, they just twist it a little. They twist it, they push it in a little deeper, like that kind of energy. And I'm about to put that back, and I see my tower, my Nine of Sword. I'm seeing here the Four of Wands, which is the relationship, living together, what I've been getting in the last few readings, and connecting to Salah's home, the family home. Okay, let's see what the heck is here. Again, these cards are face down, so these are like feelings and emotions that either Salah uh, wouldn't admit to, or doesn't want to express, or they themselves can't really face. All right.
A lot of people call Salah Kuwaiti Pete's because Pete's and Salah are similar in a lot of ways. So if that's true, if Pete's and Salah are similar in a lot of ways, one thing we know about Pete's is very passive aggressive. So if Pete's is passive aggressive, does that also apply to Salah? Like if he's feeling betrayed, if he's feeling lied to, if Chantal has made promises to him that she's not fulfilled, if she promised him lots of money and not given him lots of money, could there be moments where he's being passive aggressive and just kind of, in a sense, flipping her the middle finger and just kind of giving her back some of her bad behavior?
Let's see what's here. All right, we have the Eight of Sword, which is my energy that I sometimes describe as my person that has wounds that they feel are not fully healed. Someone kind of stuck in the pains of the past, things that affected them yesterday, they're holding on to. The devil. All right. Every time now I get this for them, or for like Salah or Chantal, I'd feel like it's overall representing how they're bound to each other and that it's a toxic connection. I mean, I feel silly saying that because most of you are probably like, duh, but that's what the card freaking means. Also seeing this here, I'm connecting it to Salah, like maybe having, not great intentions for your friend there, Chantal's. All right. Um. All right. And yeah, overall feeling like we're in this together now. We're in this together now.
That there's not a sense of neither one of them wants to be there. There's a sense of I'm here, but I don't want to be here, and I certainly don't want to be here with you. Like there's resentment on both sides, and that resentment is growing. The hatred and the anger is growing, and they are both struggling to keep that anger bottled up inside. Like on both sides, They're just barely holding it together. Like, I got to play nice with this person, although I'm not feeling nice towards this person. I don't like them. I want to be away from them. I want to be somewhere else. I am not happy with them, but I have to deal with them, and I hate dealing with them. Like, that inner resentment, it's just about ready to boil over.
Even if she could leave, I don't think he is going to let her,
Nope.
because if she can't take him with her, he's not going to let her go. That's just what it made me feel like seeing this.
Yep, the sunk cost fallacy. Chantal and Salah, they have both invested different things in each other. But it's been over the course of a long time, like 3 years. He's invested a lot of time into her, looking for a return. She's invested a lot of time and money into him, looking for a return. Neither one of them have gotten the return that they were looking for. So there's no sense of satisfaction on either side. So they're both dissatisfied with the fact that they haven't gotten what they wanted, but yet neither one are willing to accept defeat. So he continues to hold on, she continues to hold on, and they continue to make each other absolutely miserable. And all they would have to do is admit defeat and walk away from one another, and maybe there might be some satisfaction somewhere else. But their stubbornness and their unwillingness to admit defeat keeps them together and keeps the toxicity going and going and going.
And it's what I just heard. Queen of Wands. So, oh wow. Yeah, look, we're in this together now. Um, Sometimes, all right. So the wand energy. Sometimes I associate that with the content, the create. What they're creating. Um, yeah. All right. So like, this is kind of saying to me that Salah.
I'm being told to say this: Salah, Chantal, you're not really creating, you're just maintaining. There's a difference. Neither one of you are creating anything. There's no creating anything in the space that the two of you dwell. You're not creating anything good. You're just maintaining. That's it, just maintaining. And you're not maintaining very well. You're not even maintaining your sanity very well. You're both slowly going insane. You're making each other nuts and angry. Ooh, you're angry. And it's only going to get worse, much worse.
He feels like he has to protect himself in general, and that he can only do that, or needs maybe Chantal, um, or he feels like he needs her either to be there to create content, because that's like the only way he's getting coin, or this has to do with him. All right, so like that whole maniacal laughing thing, that whole moment, I don't know, there's darkness around him, okay, more so than usual. um and a lot of it has to do with that 10 of sword and this 8 of sword, like he's not going to let go of what he feels, like how he's been wronged, all right, in general by this person. uh the king and queen. So, when I see a king and queen of the same suit, to me, that's a married couple, all right. So if they were not legally married in the past, I don't know if like he did something in Syria that now will have her bound to him in a different way than she was in Kuwait. Um, so like overall energy, he feels like he has to defend, protect himself, his interests. So this could even have to do, this is just something it's making me feel. I definitely think the whole sleep thing, he's doing that knowing that, like, psychological warfare. That's what I just heard.
Yeah, it's passive aggressive behavior. He's getting back at her in little ways, like that's his way of flipping the middle finger. He knows what makes her irritated, what makes her angry. He can't get in her face and yell at her because that would stop the money train, but he gets back at her in other ways, irritating ways.
I don't know. So he can control her coin. And I feel like he's keeping her from saying or sharing certain things. This is just what makes me feel, all right? And as I'm putting cards back, I see the Tower. I see the Hermit. I don't know, like, if he's made jokes, like, you know, Chantal, do this or that, like telling her to do certain things. Because if you don't, you know, I can make you disappear. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. He definitely wants to have some control over her creative content in general when I see this wand energy. And again, this is just something that I feel. So again, allegedly, my opinion for entertainment only. He could be having her do certain things that we're not seeing in the live streams or uploads that have to do with like the stuff we felt she was doing for people like Anime Sucks. Okay? It's just something I just felt. And I'm seeing the Seven of Swords as I'm putting cards back. Yeah, I definitely think he's being more aggressive with her because I see this Knight of Sword. The relationship isn't what it was in Kuwait, that's for sure. All
Yeah,
right? He's
he's got a lot more control over her in Syria than he ever did in Kuwait. In Kuwait, there was an energy of he definitely kept his mouth shut more no matter what she said. Like she was really high on her horse in Kuwait. Like I got the money and I'm going to hold that over your head. And if you get on my last nerve, I can always fly home to Canada and ha ha ha. But in Syria, she can't go anywhere. And he knows it and she knows it. Like she gave up all of her control when she left Canada to go to Syria to be with him. Now she's stuck. And he knows that she's stuck. And he is taking advantage of her lack of control. Like he may be taking the opportunity to kind of lash out at her for some of the bad treatment that he received in Kuwait and the fact that he is still angry over how everything went down in Kuwait. Like she blew up his life in Kuwait and he hasn't forgotten about that. And he's not forgiven either.
definitely, like, she might feel like she has to protect herself from him. But she can't. She can't. Who's she gonna go to? All right. That's what I'm seeing there, guys. If there's things I didn't ask that you want me to, leave it in the comments and let me know. This kind of ran a little long, so I'm gonna end this. In the next reading, I'm gonna ask about Julia because I know one of you definitely wanted me to ask about Julia. And yeah. All right, guys. Everything I said here was allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only, but that's what I saw there. All right, we'll see you in the next one.
Wonderful reading, Peek to the Blinds. Thank you very much for doing it. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this Tarot React. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And please don't forget to look down below in the description for Peek Through the Blinds link to her original video, which leads back to her channel and all of her wonderful content. You can sub up to her, give her a like, leave a comment for her, tell her that how much you enjoy her doing these readings on Foodie. So thank you guys for watching tonight, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.